I think we need to turn the power on. Hoorah.
If you had to say which map is the scariest on World of War, which one would you say? Or if anything, which map in general from Call of Duty has scared you in some capacity? Is it Verruckt? Is it Shi No Numa? Is it Kino? What map has really got you scared and hide in a corner defenseless, even though you yourself have a gun to protect yourself with? I think in general, my take would have to be the Riese. The Riese is one of the scariest maps that I've ever played. Now, although Verruckt exists and that of itself is one of the scariest maps out there, I think the Riese is right next to it when it comes to it being very creepy. A lot of the things about this map just seems very off, and I don't know what it is about it that really gives me the creeps. A lot of the times we already know that when we're playing a game like Zombies, no one is there to really talk to us or just overall give us some form of communication of what's going on. When you're first playing Call of Duty Zombies, World of War especially, you don't know exactly what's going on and what caused this zombie outbreak. Imagine this for a second. It's 2008, Call of Duty World of War is out, you've played your first ever zombie map after defeating the campaign. Now you're in this map that feels as if no one is truly there. No one is even there to even watch you die slowly and inevitably. And then you have Verruckt, one of the scariest maps you can ever have in a zombies game like World of War. There's a bunch of random noise that you can hear throughout the map. There are actual children and mothers crying in the corner, and you don't know where they are. And then there's Shi No Numa, a map that seems as if someone out there is watching you in the fog, but you don't really know what it is that's there. Is it a zombies? Is there a person out there that's just watching our demise? We really don't know what's going on outside of these maps. But then there's the Riese, a map where I truly feel as if someone out there is watching. And even when there isn't, there really does feel like you are alone in this map too. Not only are you alone, and you can especially find that out the hard way when you find a corpse hanging in the far distance of the map, there is still that feeling of dread and just everlasting fear that someone is watching. And it's not just because of the teddy bear in the alleyway, it's not just that. I think overall, just because of how newly destructed this whole map feels, that it does seem as if that just because it was recently destroyed with all the fire all over the place, that maybe there is some survivor that's just watching us, not really knowing exactly if they should communicate with us. There are times where in zombie maps like Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3, there is some person out there that does communicate with us, that does turn away from that fear factor of knowing that you're alone. But in this map, the Riese, you don't know if you are. there's a lot of different signs that says help. There's blood everywhere on the floor. The furnace is open up like someone was recently trying to put in coal. But there is no one here. What is there left in this map besides the zombies? And to this day, I don't really know. This map could really give us a person that's just dead, and at that point, you really are alone. And who could be watching you in this map? This map especially looks beautiful if you look up in the sky pods. And I really love how this atmosphere really captures you in its creepy factor, while also in some way World of War standards. It is kind of beautiful to look at, but without all of that, you just have dread, just the scary factor that it gives off, and all the experiments that you can find throughout the map, like brains in a jar, and the teleports themselves, the teleportation devices that you could go into themselves and pack a punch when you finish all three. There is still some form of dread that follows you as you play this map. And when you do play hide and seek with Samantha, the character that at this point in time we didn't know even exists, it does give more of a scary factor that now at this point someone is watching, but we don't know where they are. And again, I keep saying over and over that someone is watching, but I think what really emphasizes about this map being scary is because there's eyes always on you. And if it's not the zombies, it's Samantha. If it's not Samantha, then who? Who else is there? After fighting through all the zombie horde and eventually fighting all the teddy bears that are in this map, you actually get a little bit of a creepy thing, because the last thing that you do find in hide and seek isn't a teddy bear. The ones that you usually find around the map, especially on Nacht and through Shi No Numa, it's a monkey bomb in a furnace. Now this also gives a sort of a hint that you'll find out later on, that shooting it, you realize that Samantha was just playing a whole game with you, and you don't really get anything out of it. It's just a little Easter egg that the game gives you to give a little bit of excitement. But this monkey bomb being in the furnace was a hint, and throwing the monkey bomb itself into the furnace, why is the monkey screaming? And that feels so off, that everyone knows nowadays that monkeys do scream when you throw them in the fire. But if you really think about it, if you hear it normally, it does make some noise before it blows up. But when you throw it in the furnace, that's like a human scream. Was there a person that was screaming that someone recorded that and put it into the monkey? Who was it that was screaming in that monkey? I don't think everyone has ever thought about that to begin with. Even though we do think about, oh, how creepy this monkey bomb screaming is, after it blows up, Samantha is just belittling you for throwing her monkey bomb into the furnace, even though she was kind of giving a hint towards you doing that. And after that, she just leaves, never to be seen again, never to be heard from again. There's really no other way to really communicate with Samantha. There is no way to hear her again. After throwing that monkey bomb, you're truly alone. And that scream will forever ring in your ear, as you feel sort of guilty for doing so. Were you supposed to throw that monkey bomb in there? Or was there another purpose for that monkey bomb that we haven't found yet under Riese? I don't think we will ever know. And if anything, I think that gives off a more of a creepy factor to this map, that there is still a mystery to this map that in some way hasn't been solved, that I don't think will ever be solved because of how mysterious this map can be. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am thinking of probably doing more videos like these where I give off my review on what makes these maps good. This map I wanted to give a review on about how scary it is in general. I do think that maps in World of War, and not just World of War but Black Ops 1 and even to some extent Black Ops 2, they are pretty creepy. But when it comes to something like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 3 just doesn't have that fear factor it used to have anymore. They give it more of like an action feel, and of course Zombies has always been an action game where you're just shooting zombies, that's all you're doing. Especially if you're playing older Call of Duty games like World of War, you're only going to be shooting at zombies. But overall, I still think that with maps like the Riese, they could have made some map that was scary but give off an action feel. And I feel like they were missing that kind of thing in Zombies, and I think they should return to. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Wish you guys stay safe and stay hydrated. And I'll see you guys next time.